Pastor Meg and I'm here at Dowth, which is a large mound. Again, pronunciation, I'm a tourist. I'll keep working on it. But the reason I wanted to show you this particular mound is because I think there's something really cool that you can discover if you read the folklore or the mythology or the faith's sacred stories of different particular places around the country. You'll find that a lot of them have similar themes. Maybe it's because there's some sort of universal truth in them, or maybe it's because there are characteristics about being human that people have needed to explore for generations upon generations upon generations. In a lot of different societies, there are myths about big floods happening and what happens and if there's a greater power that's trying to get rid of people who are not so great. This particular burial tomb here in Ireland has the myth story around it that the King of Ireland decided that he wanted to build a mound that would touch the heavens. And so he gathered all of the men of Ireland to come and build this mound. Maybe that story is true. Maybe it comes from this ancient idea that humans try to overthrow anything that's more powerful than them. The idea that power corrupts absolutely. Kind of something in this theme. It's hard to know. But in the Bible, there's a similar story of the Tower of Babel, where humans try to build this very tall tower to make sure that they can climb up to the heavens and overthrow God. In the Christian story, God evolves. I know, that's a radical thing to say, but God evolves. In the book of Ezekiel, God finds a way to throw flames out the back of a moving chariot. I like to imagine God in a wheelchair with flamethrowers. And so God evolves because everybody's trying to build these big mounds and climb up to heaven. And the whole point of the story is that you can't overthrow God. You can't figure out God. And however much power our political leaders have, particularly if we feel like they're corrupt or they're making decisions that we don't particularly like, that there is a God who is bigger and rules in a much more benevolent way than that. And these stories kind of persist through time. It's up to us to figure out what these stories mean. What does it mean in our contemporary day if we were going to have a story about how power or people who are wealthy are taking advantage of those who are vulnerable and weak? And how would we find the ways that God is coming into our world, our natural world, and our technology world to show us that we are loved and beautiful, regardless of what kinds of natural disasters and destruction happens around us. So there's a little something to think about. What's the world and how does it work, and how do all these stories mingle together? But if the only thing you take from this video is that you don't have to be afraid of local tales, you don't have to be afraid of the stories that are important to you, just because they don't use the exact same words of the Bible. And if the biblical stories don't work for you, but these kind of nature stories do, then find the ways that God is coming to get you in a good way, not in a dun-dun-dun way, right? Find the ways that God is breaking through nature, breaking through these stories to make sure that you know that you are a beautiful part of this creation. So I'll see you next time.